Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Where is Brittany? I'm Brittany and I am coming to you from inside of my beautiful tiny home on wheels, Domino. So as you've seen from the title, today's video is actually about the reality of van life and really having full transparency moving forward on my channel. I hope you guys can hear me okay, y'all can see me okay, but I have two fans going on in the background. I just got off of a live with some of you all, and I talked way too long and now it's just a little bit toasty in Domino. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay and the fan is not too much of a distraction. I made some notes on my phone that I want to talk to you guys about. But really, this conversation is really starting because I recently just got onto TikTok and it is a real conversation going on over there with a younger crowd. So I'm 34 and one of the ladies who was speaking, I know she was like in her early 20s, and her comment was basically that people on YouTube are glorifying homelessness. And you know, she said, I've lived in poverty before, but you have to tell me that these people on YouTube, like, they're really lying to us, making us think that this lifestyle is, you know, supposed to be, all the answers to everybody's problems. And that is most definitely not the case. And I think that when people type in, including myself, type in van life, you know, we are greeted with all of the amazing adventures that people go on in their beautiful vehicles that they've, decked out and all that stuff. Like, that's what we see when we go on YouTube. And we don't see a lot of the tears or the frustration that, people who live in their rigs face on a daily basis. And just speaking about myself in this instance, when the issue happened with Walmart and my engine exploded because of Walmart not putting oil back in my vehicle for the oil change, I was very open and honest, with you all about the situation, what took place, and everything that was happening afterwards. Now, this happened on the 15th of March, and just this month, July, the issue with Walmart was finally settled. And the reason I stopped letting YouTube know, the reason I stopped putting the information out and what was taking place behind the scenes, is because I noticed my subscribers started to fall off. I was losing people every time I put out a video relating to the Walmart incident. I was losing 50 to 100 subscribers, and people were leaving comments, basically calling me stupid, for taking a vehicle to Walmart for an oil change when they offer services of oil changes. And this was not my first time, taking Domino to that Walmart for oil changes. And so not only were people calling me stupid, calling me out my name because I took my vehicle to a place that offered a service that I paid for, people were saying suck it up, that they don't like to see me like this, that this isn't the reason why they subscribed to my channel. And so I stopped putting that information out there. And looking back, I should not have done that because this is my channel. And from the beginning, I wanted to have this transparency, with my friends. And looking back, those people who fell off, those subscribers who fell off, were literally that, subscribers. And that's not what I want on my channel. I don't want, all of these subscribers. Like, I want friends, I want people who are truly in my corner and who, are actually tuning in to find out where is Brittany. And it's not necessarily where is Brittany physically, but you guys actually care, like, where is Brittany mentally? Like, what, how are you doing? You don't have your domino anymore. Like, how are you doing mentally? And that's the type of people that I want in my circle. So subscribers, they come and go. But my friends, you guys, the ones who have stayed here, through it all, I appreciate you all. And moving forward, I'm going to put that transparency out there, because that's what the people, that's what the people need. And that's what they want. They want to see the real day-to-day struggles of living in a vehicle, so that they can actually prepare for this lifestyle, or realize that this lifestyle may not be for me, And so I think a lot of people jump into this van life. I'm saying van life to just encompass all rigs, including buses and stuff. But I think people jump into this lifestyle because they have this halo effect, thinking that it's going to solve all of life's problems living in a vehicle. And baby, it don't. All of your problems that you had prior to coming in, whether it was financial, mental health problems, family relation problems, all that stuff will follow you. It still follows you, but now you're just in a smaller space, and you can kind of take your house and go, and then now you're met with new problems that you would not have faced when you were living at a stationary place, So but I know moving forward, I will be showing you all certain segments of the real reality of van life. And I'm thinking that's probably how I will name it, so you guys will be able to see. But it is a lot of realities that we do face. The reality of running out of water. That is a real reality, and it has happened, and it sucks. Especially if you have pets on board and you're at a location, and you just, have to actually search and find, where can I find water that is safe to drink? So the reality of running out of water, or the reality of, let's say, your lugabaloo falling on your steps and you having to clean up pee, your own pee. Like, that is a legit reality. It's happened to me. It's happened to multiple people across, this van life lifestyle, but you really don't see that. And also, because I am a Black woman, you will hear about my experiences in different locations. I did not speak about, my fears when I went cross country to go see my family in Jacksonville, Florida. I've lived in Sumter, South Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina, and I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. So leaving Florida, going into Georgia, you're greeted with the Confederate flag on the left side. Leaving out of Florida, going into Savannah, Georgia, on the right side, you're greeted with the Confederate flag. Going into South Carolina, Confederate flags are everywhere. So I was not as comfortable living in my safe space in the South as I am comfortable on the West Coast. And as a Black woman and, person of color, I should have voiced that, like, that's something that I should put out there for other people of color and Black people, so that they can, be prepared when they go to these different parts of the US. Everybody's not as honky-dory friendly like they are, on the West Coast, or going towards the West Coast. And also, everybody on the West Coast is not all that nice. I was met with some crazy, shenanigans in San Francisco, when I thought San Francisco really was all, we're all one. And honestly, we all are not one, and on the West Coast either. So just being prepared when you go into different, you know, states, and knowing what to expect, or always having your spidey senses on, you know. So moving forward, these are the conversations that I will be having on my channel, because these conversations need to take place. People need to know what to expect, and this is not like a fear or a scared straight tactic, because let's see, I've been met with a lot of ups and downs living in this bus, living in Domino. But if somebody was to say, sit here and write down all of your downs, write down all of your ups, my ups will be, the list of my ups will be so much longer, because those are the ones that are at the forefront of my mind. Those are the memories that keeps me going, because these bad times, like, I've been through so much already in my life, you know, and I see this beautiful, I don't know, I get so excited. I'm just excited that I'm about to get on the road full time and to have my husband with me, you know, because I never really had that freedom, you know, being in the military. I joined the military at 18, right out of high school, and stayed in the military until I was 30. I think I got out at 30. Let me tell you, after you turn 27, all your birthdays just, they go like this. And, you know, I can't even remember. So yes, I think I got out at 30 or 31. And, you know, I never really had the opportunity to come and go as I please. It has always been someone in control or in the driver's seat of my life. And so when I was presented with hashtag Vanlife, this was something that, you know, I've always dreamt about, but never had a hashtag to go along with it. And now, you know, this is something that I can do, and something that I actually can live out. So I am just, you know, over the moon, like just joy, just all joy and happiness to start this lifestyle. But oh, by the way, I also know shenanigans will come with this lifestyle, and I'm going into it, you know, not expecting things to go wrong, but knowing that things can go wrong, and am I prepared for these things to go wrong when they happen. So a big part of van life, or getting into, you know, living in a vehicle, is making sure that your finances are where they need to be, because your whole world can come crashing down at a blink of an eye. So I honestly can't remember where I left off. Like, my battery died, so I went inside and got a popsicle and took a break, because it is kind of warm in here. But I know I was talking about money, and I'm gonna go into like this next segment, kind of talking about money and how you know, people get into this lifestyle thinking that you really don't need to have, you know, money when you do this, and that's not the case. Like, shoot, gas is $4 and some change here right now, and that's for regular gas. So it costs money to do that. And some people don't discuss that they actually took out a big loan to get into this lifestyle, and now they're in it, but they also have now a bill that is following them along throughout this adventure. Some people also get into this lifestyle, and they have the blessing of their parents, as you know, like their parents has help them fund this lifestyle. Like, they're getting monthly allowances, or they're gifted a rig, you know, for their birthday or a graduation gift and stuff like that. So you know, some people aren't upfront about that, and so again, younger generation, or the people who are researching van life, are thinking that they're able to, you know, get a brand new vehicle, or a nicer model, or a newer vehicle, you know, with little to no income. And that's, you know, not the case. You still have things that you have to pay for while you're living this lifestyle. Sorry, somebody just pulled up. Okay. So while you're living this lifestyle, you still have things that you have to pay for, and you will need to have a source of income. So when it comes to how I've kind of set myself up to, you know, fund living this type of lifestyle, I kind of have my stuff ranked in order of how the money will be coming from different portions. Let me see how I can explain it. So I have different areas of where I have money coming in from, and I'm just gonna go in order of how the money basically will be taken out of, I guess, each area. So first things first, YouTube. Currently, I'm not balling from YouTube. That is not the case, but hey, universe, do your magic. I've seen what you've done for others. I'm a good person. I live my life right. So, hey, I'm here. But yes, YouTube is a source of income. And also with YouTube comes sponsorships. So before we get into this next portion of this video, let's go ahead and get into the sponsor for today's video, which is Firmoo.com. So Firmoo.com reached out to me, and I think it's probably because they've seen me rock the same glasses in so many videos. And you know, I like these a lot, but to be honest, they are so scratched up. Like, you can see some of the scratches on this side over here, and they like all scratched up in the front. So they was probably like, hey, let's reach out to her, let me help you help us type situation. And so they allowed me to pick out 3 different pair of glasses from their site to try on and show you all. So getting into the first look, this style number is right here, and I really like these. I chose these because I used to have a pair of glasses like these, but I lost them. And they are tortoise, so it's like a black and brown situation going with a little gold trim up here at the top. And I don't know, I like these. I just thought they were super cute, and they're, you know, close to black, so they'll go with, you know, almost anything. And so these are the first pair. Second pair, don't laugh at me, I selected these because I wanted to live out my Willy Wonka fantasy, and they most definitely allow it. Here is the number for these, the style number for these, and I like them. They're red, black, and green, and they are literally giving me everything I want, you know? So no Willy Wonka in a chocolate factory. More like Brittany in Domino the Bus Factory. Beep beep. So yes, these are the second pair. Super dark tint. I don't even think you can see my eyes because I can't see my eyes through the video. And my favorite style, I'll put the style number over here. So ones with the third eye. Like, what? I've worn these on Instagram and TikTok a few times, and people don't even care what I'm talking about. It's literally, where did you get your glasses from? Which, you know, kind of hurts my feelings a bit, but I mean, I did pick them out. Like, look at that. So I've, you know, had these on while driving Domino, and I will say that it gives you tunnel vision because of this right here. So before I do get over on the expressway, I just kind of hold them down a bit. So these may not be the best for driving, may do like the Willy Wonka number situation, but as far as stylish go, these are literally my favorites. And I need to look and see if they have a rose gold option because I love rose gold. But yes, these are my favorite, and they are giving me everything I didn't know I wanted and needed in life. So Firmoo.com is offering 50% off your order of glasses with the code Where Is Brittany. I'll have all of the information in the description below with the direct links to each of these pair of glasses if you like any of these. But you can browse the entire website and use code Where Is Brittany at checkout for 50% off. And also, my friends, they have options for prescription lenses. So if you have a prescription and you see that you like a pair of glasses, you can send that in and they can make your glasses prescription. So again, thank you so much, Firmoo. Let me put on my favorite pair of glasses and send it right back to you, Brittany. Aren't you talking about finances? So we have YouTube sponsorships, and now we're going to get into Where Is Brittany LLC. So a few months back, technically back in April, I started my business. Well, I got my business license and everything, and then May I started my website and I started selling merch, like just YouTube merch. And then I branched out and started to tap into my even more creative side. I'm a middle child Gemini, and your girl is just being met with all these different ideas left and right, and it can be overwhelming sometimes, but most of the time it's like a hardcore blessing. So I also sell clothes. So with what I have on now, this is actually from my website. I do not make the clothes, but I designed, this is my design that is on this sports bra and yoga shorts. And so I have items like this on my website, along with graphic tees and stuff like that that I've personally designed. And so that is also another form of income. So we have YouTube sponsors, my personal business, and then we get down to military. So I am separated. I'm a veteran. I served 11 years, 2 months, and 23 days in the Air Force, and I'm actually considered a disabled veteran. So each month I do receive a compensation, like I receive an allowance from the VA, and so that is also a form of income for me. And then lastly, I have my savings. And when I started, this lifestyle, I was still struggling. Like, I was actively going through withdrawals and all this stuff from my gambling addiction, and sometimes I would go back and gamble. But this whole process of rediscovering who I am as a person and what I like to do and what makes me happy, I've learned that those things, those feelings are temporary. The stuff that we have in the house, that little bit of happiness that I get when I make a purchase, that is temporary. When I'm sitting at a slot machine and pressing that button, like, all of that is temporary joy. And I honestly get joy now watching my savings go up and being able to say, like, hey, I found this one really nice, piece of equipment that I want to use for filming, and I can actually purchase it because I have the funds for it, but I also know that it's going to be value added moving forward. And yes, so so basically, being out of the military and going through like all of my struggles and everything has allowed me to reevaluate the value of $1, the value of savings, the value of stuff. And stuff is just things that I don't need. Plus, we're gonna be living in this tiny space. And so as we were packing up, we started to look around and we're like, wow, I haven't even touched this particular thing in months. I bought clothes that were literally still in the bag with the tags on them and the receipt in it and totally forgot about it. And you know, and I was so happy to swipe my card back then. And so it's just like, we have so much stuff, and I don't want to get into capitalism and all that stuff, but literally we were groomed by the government to think that we needed all this stuff, and really the stuff that we have is what's holding us down and keeping us stagnant, or in this cycle of I have to work to buy more stuff that I don't need, stuff that I rarely use. I'm working to have this house that I'm only in maybe like 8 hours a day just to go back to work, and I'm at work for 10 hours a day. Like, it's just this crazy cycle, you know? And I completely got off track from what I was talking about when it came to finances, but literally, you know, that's just how it is. You think about, you know, money and what the purpose is, and what, you know, you want to get out of, I don't know, spending your money, what type of joy you want swiping your card to bring to you. And so, like, for me, with everything that I've been through with my gambling addiction, rebuilding my credit, and really starting from the bottom up, savings and not spending wastefully is like, has turned almost into a passion for me. So back to finances and how, you know, we will be funding this lifestyle moving forward. I'm happy to say that I'm at a point now that Andrew, my husband, is able to like take a breather and take a break from, you know, the real reality of capitalism, being in a job that, you know, you don't really love, and you're just doing it because you are making good money from it, you know, but you're still unhappy. Like, you're stressing, and, you know, you're just not being your best self because you're not happy at that job, you know. So I'm happy now that I'm able to help take some of that load off and allow him to, you know, just live and experience this portion of, you know, van life, how I've been doing it, you know, recently. So back to the finances over here. Here is how money will be coming in to fund this lifestyle. YouTube, sponsors from YouTube, my personal business, the military compensation that I get each month, and also my savings. So for anybody who really wants to get into this lifestyle, the one I guess piece of advice I can give you, I don't know, to prepare your mind for this type of lifestyle, is to stop spending. And that's really it. Because if you want to live tiny and you want to live small or in a vehicle, you don't have anywhere for anything to go except for, honestly, the necessities, and maybe you get 2 or 3 leisure items because the space is small, you know. So stop spending, because you have to carry all that stuff with you. So stop spending, start saving, and if you can, sell off some of the stuff that you have or that you don't need, or, you know, donating and all that stuff. But the one piece of advice, the most important thing, like, moving forward, is just to stop spending your money and start saving it, because starting up this lifestyle can be really challenging and a lot of money up front. And I know on my Instagram page, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is @whereis_Brittany. I have a tab that's listed the reality of van life, and I've always put that stuff out there on Instagram because it's just real easy while you're in the moment to get in front of the camera and just start talking to it and just submit it. My issue this morning was that Domino would not start up. Like, sometimes she would have her issues and it would take like 2 times for it to crank up and turn over. But But this morning it was like, nah. But yeah, I have all that stuff out there. I mean, my first post was like 96 weeks ago, and it was of Domino breaking down. And that was not the first time Domino has broken down. Domino has broken down maybe 4 or 5 times, or maybe 6 now at this point, you know? And that has cost money, you know, when that stuff happens. And being prepared and having, you know, money saved up, stashed away is a necessity, because things cost. So not only do you lose your vehicle when you have to have repairs done, but you also lose your home. And so you have to fund, you know, somewhere to sleep, and if you have dogs, that's an extra deposit, you know, on certain locations. So the money can add up. And you know, that's just something you have to be prepared about. And that's one thing that, you know, you don't really see on YouTube, that people have, like, the people who are really living this lifestyle, they have been without their vehicle for months. I have a friend now, she's going back and forth with her mechanic, and I think she hasn't had her vehicle, her home, in almost 2 months. And when I didn't have Domino, mine was from March to May. So just imagine if I didn't have, you know, a home base here, how much I would have had to come out of pocket to have a place to stay, or if I was like gonna catch a flight somewhere home to stay with a family member. So you have to have some money stashed away in order to sustain this lifestyle.